What's up guys, it's Mehdi from Embosoft. Welcome back. Today we are going to create FastAPI and iOS application, and it's too important to know I have already created FastAPI endpoint. You can find the code in GitHub, and of course you can find this tutorial in YouTube. But the way that you should know, I will just clone this repository FastAPI, and we are going to start to create iOS app, and of course we will use FastAPI logging endpoint to logging user. And what's important, we will save this token after logging. We are from FastAPI, we are creating token, and we will use this token for our iOS app. We will save this token as the user. For next time, don't need to log in and until the token is expired. That means I can here show you. That should be our test app. From here, for example, I'm trying to log in, and password should be the same, of course, should not be visible, but I did less that you can understand. I just want to do that you can see what is going on. Okay, after login, you can see we are going to main menu or main view. We have log out, and if I close this app and log in again, we are not need anymore to log in because the token is saved in iOS app, and until it's not expire, that should be work. But if I do log out, of course we delete this token and we need to log in again. Okay, I think that should be interesting video and tutorial. Let's just start. And okay, from here I put it another side. I will close that and close here. Of course, as always, I'm going to start from scratch. That means I'm just going. Okay, now. Okay, of course, not GitHub, and from my GitHub you can find this div under this category or organization. You can find FastAPI project 2024. I will just clone that. I open terminal, cd my owner, and I create new owner. For example, FastAPI out iOS. For example, this file exists. iOS app. Okay, and then FastAPI IOS app. Oh, okay. Now I'm going to cd. Okay, I'm there. Okay, iOS app, and from here git clone. Okay, just need time to clone that. Okay, great. Now that we have that, we can just code open. I'm going to cd fast. Okay, cd FastAPI from here open. Okay, good. And the next step, but the first we need to create our virtual environment just by typing Python 3 if you have iOS, Mac You have Windows, I think Python is enough to. I give a VNV. I give the same name. You can choose another name. And of course, the next step is to active our virtual environment by typing virtual environment folder and should be bin active. If you have Windows, you have a script and then active. Okay, great. Now, as you can see, if I do a pip list, we don't have any dependency at this time. We need to install our dependency. No, our dependency is there. Just by type pip install and our requirement.txt. Now I can test this by typing python main.py that be sure that everything's worked correctly. Okay, DAX. Okay, what we need to check our authentication works correctly. You need to know we are not going to work with protect or task or any other endpoint. In this tutorial we talk about login, and in next video I'm going to create another iOS app to register user per email and password, and of course with Google authentication. But now just login. First I need to create account. I take this default username and password. As you can see, ID1 user is created with this information. And the next step is to login. I give a string as username and a string as password. Now, as you can see, response body is 200 and access token type. Two important things for us, because we will work with this token and we will save this token in our iOS app to until that the user can be registered actually. Alright, and what's important to know again, and come back, I can show you database connection. We're going to use SQLite for our database. You can change it. Model, we don't work with tasks. You can delete it or keep it. The user model, username, password is active and created. And repository, that should be our controller or CRUD. Get user and get user by ID, username, create user. We will use this method for our route for endpoint. We have router that at this time we tag just about endpoint login. Next video, as I said, I'm going to create another iOS app to create a user account per username, password and Google authentication. Of course I need another endpoint for forget password. That will I do that schema. I'm going that you know how does it work. If you're familiar with FastAPI, if you are not, you can see this video. This repository has a tutorial in YouTube. And security is important things. Security key, that this security file is going to work with JWT for create token, authentication token. And as you can see, we can define a time for token, 300 minutes or 30 minutes. That means until this token is active, user is logging, and after first login, that is started to count down, and after, for example, 300 minutes should be logged out automatically. And what's important, that auto schema, this is the another login. As you can see from here, we have two way to log in: as a token, username and password, or we can use FastAPI class auto to log in. And this is another things, two different way to protect endpoint. As you can see, that's worked correctly, but in this video we don't need this. That you just need to know is there, because if I open this protect, I can get information on access to this protect endpoint with token or with username and password that I have here logged. Okay, what's important to know, and we have, actually we don't have anything else. That should be completely easy. I like this fast API. Okay, now don't forget the application should be running, because we want to send a request to this endpoint, that we will show that work correctly. Okay, the next step is to, I can actually close this as well. We are going to open our Xcode. I'm going to open new project. Okay, I put it here, it's better. Okay. Now all that you need to know, choose a template for your new project. Of course, from application we choose app, and product name, we can give the same name, for example FastAPI Auth iOS app. And what's important, team, we don't need to change it. Organization, identifier is your organization, and interface too important. We are going to work with a storyboard and keep this as a storyboard. Language should be Swift and Next. And where we want to save that, of course, in dev. And I have created this folder, FastAPI iOS app here, because I will create a new repository for both folder application. Okay, great. Okay, great. In info, we don't need to change any settings, or if you want to choose with SDK, can be support this application, you can change it, or minimum deployments. You can see you're allowed to choose which version of iOS can we support this application. And actually we don't need anything else important. It's depend to you and your project what you want to change. And the next step, I'm going actually simulator. I open this simulator. I think it's running. It's not here. What happened? Okay, again. Elephant. Okay. Now I just want to open this simulator, and we can check what we need to do and what we need to create. Okay, I cannot understand why it's not open. Okay, again, no. Now I open this application. Okay, great. Now as you can see, we want to create this application. That means we need one view for login with background to text field, button, forget password, and sign up should be for next video. Sign up with username, password, and Google authentication. And of course we need to create new errors first. First the forget password endpoint in FastAPI, because at this time we don't have it. And yes, and we are going to create next video for this both. I put it, for example, here. Now we can start from main, storyboard, make it smaller. From here, plus we need new controller. I put it here, view controller. And all that we need to do at the first, we need to change this name from controller. You can choose a name. For example, I'm going to select login view controller. Okay, great. As you can see, it's changed it to login view controller. That should be for us more better. And what we need to change, as you can see, as a default, we are going to run this. I go to do that, or you can choose this view controller and check this is initial view controller. That is coming there as well. The next step, we need this background. I think that should be this background. I'm not sure. Okay. That should be the background, or let me check. Where is this background? In my system. Okay. PG2. I don't have it anymore. This background, and that should be. Okay. I can save it again. Export. PG login, background login. Okay, you can find this. That was there. Sorry, I didn't see that. That was here. Okay, I open assets, PG login for our background, and the next step from here, I choose login, or I can easily choose image view. Okay, from image view I set it to right position, and after position actually the right position for image view, or any element in your controller view, you need to fix the size. That means, as you can see now, the color has opacity on, is not declared, so 200. As you can see, change this color. That means we fix this position and add this 4, and we are going to create this 4 position. That means that should be something like responsive, That means for any grade, any device that is running has this position for to show this image view from bottom 0, left 0, right 0, and top 0 as well. And the next step, image, BG image, as you can see is selected. And next, from content mode, I'm going to aspect fill. That means should be fill, like that. Okay, great. What we need to do the next, as you can see, we have text field. Text field. I can choose that. Okay, text field color can be gray. Placeholder, username. What we need is, of course, the color. Choose 20. Okay, now it's better. And we can set regular system 20. Actually, is okay. 22. And what we need else? We need, as you can see, we have corner a little. That I will choose this corner, and background can be changed as well. To do that, you need to go background, regular display, or just going to view background. I choose the light color, something like that, and for hour should be that as well. Okay, we have this settings or this style for username. I can copy and paste it with Command D. Okay, now we have about, okay, what we need else, we need just to change it to password. And as you can see, we have login button. I'm going to add this fill button, and what button should be login, of course. For color is black or gray. Background can be something like that, and in view, okay, that is true as well. Okay, we don't need it. And from here, background view, that I'm going to choose the same color for any before click, after click, or however, or something like that. And as you can see, we have forget password. That should be label. I can just say, hey, we have this label. We have this label. Sorry. We have this label. That should be forget password, of course, and color gray. Text is a little more something like that is better, and we can do that as bold. Okay, good. I think here is not bold, and let's keep as regular. Okay, the next we have small label, don't have an account, sign up, and I can just say label don't have an account, then sign up. Text is small enough, and Actually looks good. Okay, maybe gray as well. Okay, as you can see, we can define this element on the screen, something like that. We can do change the size, width, height, but what we can do better that we have a stable position. We're going to add the stack. Vertical stack is under here, as you can see. I'm going to add it. Okay, and of course I'm going to add it as well under stack. As you can see, stack is here and is coming inside the stack. That means if I'm going to do that, forget password is coming as well, and of course don't have an icon is coming as well here, and we have button for login is here. As you can see, it's perfect. The next step is to position this stack. I choose this stack, and coming here we can say from down, for example 60, left 30, and right 30 as well. And we fix, because I need to define it as well, we can easily say something like that. Yeah, okay. Or just let me to close this position. Now again we can save from top is 48, from down 60, left should be 30, right 30 as well. Okay, but as you can see, it's coming without this element. Why? Because we have not choose this element as a primary. That means when I come back and choose that should be work correctly. That should be correctly work that we want. But every time, that's important to know, every time you can change the settings or any other settings from here. Now if I choose this element, is the same way. It's not matter what you want to choose. That's important to know actually, if you want to change any, to do any change here. Or you can just say, hey, just from down should be 60. Or when you don't know how much is the length to top, or from left 30, or from left 30 as well, for example. It's possible. Okay, let's continue. And what's important to know, when you define a position for this stack view, if you open, for example, from iPhone 50 or iPhone X, always from down you have 60 pixel. Always from down you have this position. That means is more stable or something like responsive. Okay, the next, as you can see, we have some gap here. To do that, choose a stack view and gap space 30, for example. Now as you can see here, the space from bottom is fixed, is 60. Don't change it anymore. But from top we can change it. And Yes, the forget password is in the center. We choose center, this center as well. Okay, that was our login design for this iOS app. The next step we need from here, we need to create some new group. Of course, controller. We need models. We need view models, of course. View models. And we can, yes, it's not important, but you can do that for more readable or more organization. You can define support or just supporting files. Okay, the asset can be inside supportings. That I want to keep that. The first thing is model. I'm going to create new class. I name it, for example, token response. I name it token response. Okay, what we need for this class is pretty easy. We want to save token that all the token that is coming from here, FastAPI. We need, if I go to model, if I go to security, or if I run it as well, localhost, you can see after logging, we are return access token and token type. Then we need these two. We need a variable for these two. Just let me create a class or a structure. I can say token response class is coming from codable should be, and let access token should be a string, and let the next, that was token type, we can go with the same name, should be string as well. Okay, great. That was for our token, that was our model. The next step is to connect logging view controller to logging, or before at all, let me to do something else. I create a new file for before at all. We need, if we want to work with FastAPI endpoint API in our iOS app, we need some dependency. I'm going to file and add a package dependency, keychains access. You need to install this dependency. This dependency allow you, if you open that, you can see this. You can see keychain tray is a simple Swift wrapper for keychain that is work on iOS and Mac. Make keychain APIs extremely easy and much more powerful to use in Swift. That means we want to use FastAPI endpoint, then we're going to install this package dependency. And what we need else now, as you can see, is installed successfully as a package. I'm going back, new file, create new Swift file. I name it alt view models. Create We talk about 34 minutes. I would like to copy paste the code because I have already write this code, and I will tell you this some important things to save the time. It's better to type all from zero. Okay, now as you can see, the first important thing is to import keychain access and combine, and we are going to create a class. Oh, I don't need any S here. Oh, okay, understand. Add a file again. Alt view model as a name, not models. Replace. Okay, yes. Now Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Okay, the next important thing is authenticated as a first time is false. That means user not is authenticated. Keychain is service. You can read more about this documentation if you want to know how does it work, but you can change it, or you can keep it. You can define your organization as a service example. And the most important is base URL localhost 800 to be sure on which ports your code is running. If I go here from main, you can see I choose this this endpoint or URL and port 8000. But if your program, FastAPI program or backend program running on live URL, you need to paste your URL actually domain plus or without any plus, or of course in live you don't need, your all port is deposit is closed, and you can just write your URL and of course endpoint. The important things that we have here, if I'm going to route user route, as you can see the endpoint is login and the prefix is user, that means it's user login. You can check it from here as well. That should be request URL login. And let me come back again, and now here we are going to save this token as we can just define empty token variable, and the first function should be login in this tutorial. To be in this tutorial is login, but in next tutorial we have gets login logout, and for next tutorial we need to add in this project two another methods. One method for forget password and one method for sign up user. Okay, what do that that's actually it's work like a view model controller, because from here we send username and password from interface storyboard interface, and we get this URL base that we have defined from top, and request method should be post because we are going to send post request as well. Actually it's the same way that we are going from here. From here we are not doing anything else. We have our request URL, and we are going to to send a post request to login is the same way, but we are doing in iOS. And we can check any error here, or username and password, body component. And the second important things, why I'm not here writing JSON, because we are going to work with JSON file. I choose application. This depends on your project. Be careful, because I use here auto password, the second authentication user, and because I'm going to use that, is working with this project is working with two different authentication, JWT login token and FastAPI auto password. I must actually to you to do that. If you don't have this auto password here, then you can choose text header actually as JSON type. And should be our shared task. Just we can check the status code for response or for any error, and of course if we have response, we will take this response. And after take response, after login, after the username and password were correct, it was correct, and we don't get any error, we will, of course, we will get this response. This response after login, as you know, is access token and token type. And just we will save this token, and we don't have any catch on any error. We resumes, and we are coming back. These methods is the same like these methods. It's not any other things with two different languages, just login. And after login, return access token. Okay, and log out, of course. We are going to delete this keychain dependency that should be save this token that is nil. That means return please this session token. Okay. About controller. Now, as you can see, we have two controller view, login and main view controller, and we need two controller for these two view controller. Okay, from here, just controller, I choose again login view controller. Of course, I do copy paste the code because taking more time, but if you, I am trying as like that to explain how does it work, but if you have question you can ask. Okay, create new file, Swift file, of course, login view controller, and I am going to just copy and paste that said main controller is not exist, because before continue, let me come back. What's happened when I do string login? Okay, I will log to this page. That means this is main view controller. We need this main view controller. I choose that, change title to main view controller, just for to readable and understand. Okay, the background is there. I choose this asset, paste it here. We know how does it work. Choose main controller, choose plus image view. Okay, I see the time. Okay, yes, image view controller, the same like that. Define position from top, from down, and choose an image, of course. That should be main background. Okay, that should be main background. Is not readable because it's out of that. Let me first put it out. Okay, we have some error, something's image view controller pg login is not appear here. Why? I think because we have here some error. Login view controller. Let me just create simple file here that we don't get any error. Okay. Main view controller as is not complete because it's looking for some methods that is not exist. Okay, no problem. Let me come back. Choose, but this is work. Interesting. Okay, and this is not work. Okay, delete it. Add it again. Oh, that. Add it again. Come back here. Project. Is not disabled. Oh, what's wrong here? Main view controller, and I choose stored should be main view controller as well. Actually, I didn't do that for login. I can do that again. UI view controller. Okay. Login view controller, and choose this title as well for for storyboard ID as well, to be sure you choose this same name. I'm coming back here again. Image. Oh, it's not class. Image pg is okay. What's wrong here? Can I understand? That should be work actually. I don't know. Maybe. Let me to protect clean folder successfully. I'm thinking that's depend to this some error that is not synchronization correctly. That should be work actually. Let me to close that, and we are coming back after we solved some error that we have here. And the next step that I forgot to tell you from login. Okay, that is that now we are starting from here. I'm coming back. As you can see here, we have username, password, login button, and we have three different variables for default for all three. That means this controller should be connected to a storyboards design. That means we want to connect this text field to this variable. Okay, how can we do that? At the first, we choose logging view, and logging view from class we say, hey, this is logging view controller. Okay, that means it's connected to that. I copy this username, but actually you don't need to do that, or if you create step to step you need to do that. I'm going to select that with right mouse to here and choose the same name. You can see a username field, I can delete that. And password field, again select password, right click to here, give a same name and password, and login button, of course that should be login button connected as well. And oh, sorry, that was my bad. I can delete that. Login button can delete it as well. Okay. Now we have three different variables for our username, password, and login. Then the important things to know again about controller. Controller from class should be connected to controller. That means every controller, view controller, should be connected to a controller, because we need this, that you be able to work with this username, password, or any element on this screen. And what we are going to do, we get this username password from text field. After we run this project, we get this about entity information, and then view model that we have already created, that was here, that was our controller to send post request. We have a method. The method is username is logging with username, password. The important things actually. We call this method, we are going to create the instance from this class, and just we can from here, from this instance, we call method logging. As you know, that has a method, the name is logging. We send username, password that we are getting from storyboard to here, and send this to this method, send to this method login, and do the post request and get a response. If everything was okay, return the token, and all that we need to do, we need to say, hey, login were successful, and preset animated, and after login was correctly, then navigate to main view. The main view is here, as we have said, that should be the main view. Okay, now for main view, let me to, as you can see, main view is not be complex. We don't have more code, we have just log out. We need to call this method, is the same from here, login. From login we create an instance from class outView method and call login method. Here we have logout method as well. That means in main view we can call this logout for this button. If I come back from here, create button, again, not forgot, always define position, and again come back to main. I'm just going to again copy paste. You can see again we are going to create a method, create an instance from out model, because inside out view model we have logout, and we want to call this method logout that user that delete session and navigate to start. Start should be login view controller. That should be as a default. And again, it's important to know if you have some things like that, you need again logit button tabs, create this action login. You can see that should be our methods for this example. I can copy that and paste everything inside here to here. So it's not any difference, because from here why I'm just going to say this button, you can directly change this button name. You can do it directly without without anything that I have already do. You can just directly change the name from here, but I just prefer to do that because it's not too much. And yes, that was the important things from main view controller. I copy this. It's too important that you know it's not anymore view controller, because this controller view connected to main view controller. Then I'm going to choose main view controller. That means this view controller connected to this view controller. And in this method, as you see, we're not doing anymore. Just create the instance from class out mode, and after create this button, we want to log out user. After logout, remove token and go to login view controller. Okay, that was good. Still login view controller Swift. Okay, error is good. We don't have any error. That means it's work correctly. We have everything's okay. Sorry, here background that I didn't understand why it's not work. Image. Okay, here. Image. Okay, I think there's a problem here. Let me to close that. Again, open that. Okay, that was FastAPI Authentication app. That was, I think. Okay, yes. Let me check again. Come back. Choose. Now it's coming. That means is bugs, or I don't know what's from Xcode that is not synchronized correctly on, is not worked, and put it back. That means its work is not any problem here. You can just sometimes close and open the program. That should be successfully work. Okay, choose image. Okay, before at all, we are not forgot define position, enter, choose image, from content mode should be aspect fill, button I choose the button, or you can choose from here. To be sure, the main is at the top. That means button should be not under main, under background. That should be forward here. And foreground should be white. Text should be like out. Okay, great. And we have some another label. The label is should be here. Change label to welcome back. Text should be white. Can be bold. System, for example, 30. Bold 30 or 50. I don't know. 50 is too much. 30. And we can say, hey, from left, just 30. That means fix it. Always from left, 30 space. Now we have everything's. We have our model, the simple model. We have view controller. View model controller is that actually, or you can name it to route controller. You can change this name what you want, what is so better to understand for you. Logging, log out to controller, logging controller that is connected to login view controller. I check it again. Title login view controller is that, and storyboard ID is login view controller. And important things: class, define class. 3 things you need to check: view, main view controller again, main view controller class, and of course detail is me over there. I tried it was not complex or not that was not hard to understand. Just needed time to understand. We have that. For me, this is just controller, API view controller or out view model controller. The do method is send post request or log out. For next video, we need 2 methods. Should be sign up. Find a statement, for example, for sign up, and we need another method for forget password as well, that the user can be, we don't need to return anything here. Parameter, don't parameter, I don't return. Or the no, or just, oh man, okay, or just we need another methods for forget password. That should be our next video, that we call from here post, but we are going to call user create, and we need to create FastAPI endpoint for user forget password. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and that should be useful for you. If you have a question, let me to know, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I will continue this tutorial. I have actually this time I have more new video about OpenAI for imaging to create to work with image, or OpenAI FastAPI. Actually, I have more idea and too much videos, but I don't have more time. If I have a time, I will create new video for you, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Bye.